anyone would get hurt.
Hi guys, let's talk about the drama, suspense, slow burn with an environmental twist of a film, Night Moves, starring Jesse Eisenberg, Dakota Fanning, Peter Sarsgaard. Now this is coming from director Kelly Reichardt. I've got to say I didn't really hear too much about this film at all. I know it premiered last year at the 70th Venice International Film Festival. I don't believe it won any awards or really got much attention at all. I could be wrong. But yeah, I didn't really hear anything about it, so I didn't really know what to expect. I do know the director Kelly Reichardt has quite an observational approach when it comes to storytelling and filmmaking, quite luxurious pacing, and she really takes her time when it comes to fleshing out characters and story. Her last film in 2010 was Meek's Cutoff. That was a Western frontier type of film with Michelle Williams, and I read someone wrote about that film that it had a contemplative speed, and yeah, that was definitely true of that film Meek's Cutoff, and also definitely applicable to this film Night Moves. The film is following these three environmentalists in Oregon who are putting together a plan to blow up the local hydroelectric dam. But we're really focused on the main character Josh, played by Jesse Eisenberg, and seeing it all through his point of view. But you know, Josh himself, he's not a very big talker. He's the kind of guy that internalizes a lot. There's a lot going on behind his eyes, like ticking away, but he doesn't express himself well or at all. So it's hard to get a sense of him, but we are on his journey, following it all from his point of view. The film really started off strongly right off the bat with the coming into the end of final stages of putting together this great big elaborate sort of plan with a lot of high risk and a lot of drama inbuilt in what they were trying to carry out. So that was really engaging, and just I really enjoyed that first half. And then the second half is post-event. So what happens after the event? How is the event received? How do our characters deal with the criminal act that they have just sort of undertaken for what they thought what the greater good was, but what might not necessarily be? Because of the way it was structured, I felt like we reached a peak quite early on, and then afterwards it's just like a slow sort of petering out of how these people are going to deal with what has happened, and how the community is going to receive it and what they're going to do next. And they're just kind of like really just like, I don't know, trailed away into a bit of like whispering air. And Jesse Eisenberg, while I do think he's a wonderful actor and I really love him, in this he's the kind of guy that's just so hard to get to know. I mean, he's the kind of guy that stands on the peripherals and watches other people. You know, he's a people watcher, he's the observer. So us as an audience, we are observing him observing. And so the story lost a bit for me in the second half. I couldn't really keep a grasp on it. They definitely underplay any environmental issues. I mean, they're there, these environmental sort of tidbits are sort of scattered in there a little bit, but they don't overplay any sort of overarching environmental message, or they're not hitting you on the head with a hammer about themes of environmental issues and clean living or anything like that, which was an interesting approach to it as well, because I was expecting some more, not forceful, but some more present messages and themes about environmentalism coming through. I mean, I know one thing is just to raise the question, and then from there, us as an audience are supposed to discuss and take it to the next level in terms of creating a dialogue. But it was almost like these environmental points were just incidental. It didn't really have any particular effect. This story kind of felt like it could have been taking place at any point in time with any group of people. There was nothing particularly special that really captured me about this. But for the most part, I really enjoyed the performances in an understated and quiet, observational, and what was that expression I used before? I think I said, contemplative speed. Okay. In a quiet, contemplative speed type of way, a lot of time for musing, a lot of time for soaking up the scenery and the atmosphere, which is beautiful. Like, the scenery of Oregon is just so beautiful. I think it's in fall with orange and yellow, dusky, smoky type of colors. So great cinematography there. But the story just didn't follow through and give me much to take away from it when I walked out of the cinema. Have you seen Night Moves, or are you planning to see Night Moves? Let me know what you're thinking in the comment section down below. Also subscribe to my channel. I look forward to putting out more movie reviews, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye!